Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named OJJ in the Fake Disorder Cringe subreddit. The post is titled, "A girl I know is faking epilepsy." So there is a girl at my school who claims to have epilepsy and she conveniently has seizures whenever there is an important test. A girl in our friend group was asking her about her supposed epilepsy and she did not know what type she is supposed to have, what kind of seizures she is supposed to be experiencing, or anything. One of the guys who is new to the friend group followed her on TikTok, and she posts a lot of movie edits, anime edits, and thirst traps. He said that she probably needed to put trigger warnings for flashing lights on her posts just to make sure that someone who has photosensitive seizures does not watch them. She got mad and said that she does not need to do that it is stupid to put a trigger warning for that, and that people like that need to stop being attention seeking, along with other similar things she said. It is kind of odd that someone who supposedly has epilepsy does not cater to the epileptic community. Update. My friend group was all hanging out and I brought up that I was going to start driving soon. I said it was too bad that she could not drive for a while and she was confused and did not say anything. I asked if her medicine was helping and she said yes, it was helping a lot. I asked her which one it was so my twin brother could try it, but she did not know the name. I asked if she had a rescue medicine and she did not know what that meant. I asked if she had told the school nurse that she did not have a rescue medicine and she did not know she had to. I told her that I could talk to the nurse and tell them I was concerned because she is having seizures so often without a rescue medicine. She said I did not have to do that, so I told her I could request to keep my phone with me in class so that in case she had another one, I could call emergency services. She quickly told me that was not necessary. I asked her if there were any repercussions from her seizures since she has had them for so long and almost every day, and she said that she sometimes has a headache. I told her that she should probably talk to her neurologist to see what they could do about increasing her medication. She said she has an appointment next week. I asked if she needed a ride and she said her sister would take her. I asked why her parents could not take her and she said that they do not know about her seizures. I acted surprised and asked if she knew that sudden unexpected death in epilepsy was very dangerous, especially without caretakers knowing about her epilepsy. She did not know what that was or how it was dangerous. My friends all looked at each other in a way that showed we all knew our suspicions were correct. Update 2. She texted me this morning before school asking if my twin brother and I were going to go shopping with the group after school today. I told her no, we were not going to go today because my brother had some pretty bad seizures this morning and neither of us could go to school. I have to take care of him while our parents are at work. She asked why he had to stay home if it was just a seizure. I called her and went off on her. I told her that she does not know what it is like to have actual seizures and that she needs to stop pretending to know things she has never experienced in her life. If she saw a real seizure, she would be traumatized, especially if it was someone she loves. Then I hung up. She called me back crying, apologizing for saying it was just a seizure and that she did not mean to offend me. She also said her epilepsy is different from my brother's and that I needed to stop fake claiming her. She said that I was insensitive to what it means to have epilepsy and asked what if my brother was faking it and not her. I interrupted her and asked if she has ever had an EEG. She said no. I told her that she would have had at least one if she actually had epilepsy. I told her that she would have missed out on so much if she had seizures as often as she claims, but magically she shows up to every event, the group hangouts, every concert, every theme park. If she actually had epilepsy, she would not make it to everything. She went quiet. I told her that if she wants to come over and see if he has another one, then be my guest, but I do not want to hear her cry if she sees him have one. She declined and hung up. We will see if she drops the act after this, but something tells me she will not. Lazy Crocodile said, "This girl is going to be so embarrassed when she grows up and realizes how cringy and awful this behavior is." Rum and Coke said, "Do you guys ever read something and think, God damn, I am glad I am not in high school anymore?" Smart Quokka said, "Her house of cards is maliciously impressive. Parents are not notified, no emergency services have ever been involved, no medications, and convenient timing. The fact that the school has not figured this out is strange." This next post was made by a throwaway account in the relationship advice subreddit. The post is titled, "I purposefully ignored what my husband told me he wanted for Father's Day. Now he's ignoring me and won't accept apologies. My husband and I have been together for the past 9 years. We have 2 kids, an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. For Mother's Day, all I wanted was a free day. I wanted my husband to take the kids out somewhere for the day so I could be home alone and relax. Instead, he got tickets for me and the kids to have a fun day out. And it was fun and the kids and I had a good time, but it irked me that he gave me the exact opposite of what I had asked for. For Father's Day, my husband also wanted a free day so he could stay home and game all day. He games all the time with his friends. He gets home from work, maybe spends the time between then and dinner with the kids, and then goes up to his office to game for a few hours with friends. Instead, I got him and the kids cards for an arcade an hour away with a ton of tokens. I gave him the cards during dinner on Saturday so he and the kids could leave early and spend all day playing with them. I got my free day and he and the kids got to make a lot of memories together. He and I got into a fight when the kids went to bed. He was angry that I ignored what he wanted for Father's Day. I was angry he did not see that he had done the same thing to me on Mother's Day. He has been ignoring me since and will not accept my apologies. Edit. Some people think that my husband, our kids, and I went out for Mother's Day. We did not. I took the kids for a day out while he played video games all day with his friends. Edit. I cannot believe I have to say this. I do not hate, resent, or in any other way dislike my children. My point was not that going on a day out with them is terrible and that I hate it. My point was that it really sucks asking for one thing and being given the opposite. Update. My husband did not get me what I asked for on Mother's Day, a day to myself to relax. So on Father's Day, when he also asked for a day to relax, I gave him what he had given me on Mother's Day. We had a big fight over it, which ended with him ignoring me for days. People keep asking me for an update, so here you go. We are in the process of getting a divorce. Now, please stop asking for updates. I did not know that my post would become so popular and that people would decide to repost it on other platforms. If I had known, I would not have made that post at all. Update 2. I did not wake up to a messy kitchen that I was expected to clean after eating a subpar breakfast. I did not have to fight with anyone over what gift I was given. I did not have to cook dinner after an exhausting day, during which I received no help or thanks from my ex. I did not have to do anything else that I had come to expect on Mother's Day. I did not feel the stress I have felt every other Mother's Day. I got to have a lazy morning in bed with my kids. We made pancakes for brunch. They gave me cards they had made in school. We watched movies on the couch all day and ordered pizza for dinner, and it was wonderful. Your average plebeian said, I am still stuck on how that wacko ex-husband thought his gift was different in any way. I understand he is functioning with a crippling lack of brain cells from terminal entitlement-itis, but I never really understand this sort of logic. You did the same thing to me that I did to you, but you did me wrong and I did everything right. It is frying my synapses. To this comment, user Sweet Talker said it was exactly the same. She asked for a day off. He bought her a day out with the kids while he stayed home and did nothing. He asked for a day off. She bought him a day out with the kids while she did nothing. I bet he had already planned gaming days with his friends for both days and was furious that it did not work. What a weenie. Lower Stick said, the last update was perfection. I will always remember the first Christmas after my parents divorced. My father was always in a bad mood on Christmas Day, with one exception in the 12 Christmases I remember with him. The first Christmas after the divorce, my baby sister did not start the day crying because of all the tension in the air. No presents were thrown at us. We spent the whole day in pajamas and did not have to dress up for dinner. It was bliss. This last story was made in the relationship subreddit by a user named I'm So Confused. The post is titled, I'm a woman and my GF told me she's pregnant but she swears she didn't cheat. I am still in shock, so bear with me. My life feels like a soap opera right now. Apologies, this will probably be long. Here is some background. My girlfriend Anna and I have been together for 4 years, with intentions of getting engaged sometime this year. To clarify, we are two women in a relationship. I am a lesbian, always have been, but Anna is bisexual and has had serious relationships with men in the past. This has never been an issue for us because we love each other and have a healthy, stable relationship. But now, as you can imagine, I am second guessing everything. What went down? In the last month, Anna had been complaining about putting on weight, particularly in her stomach area. Anna is thin and athletic, so the little belly she developed is noticeable. She has been going to the gym more and started eating much healthier than she usually does. We did not notice any improvements with her weight loss, but I told her that it takes time and that she would eventually lose the weight. Pregnancy never ever crossed my mind for obvious reasons. Last week, she really started freaking out about her weight gain, so she scheduled a doctor's appointment. She had the appointment yesterday afternoon and afterwards called me at work to say that we needed to talk. I could tell she had been crying. I was freaking out at this point, thinking that she was terminally ill or something. I started tearing up, asking her to tell me what was wrong, but she insisted on meeting at home. I left work immediately and got home to see her sitting on the couch, her face puffy from crying. I was shaking and tears were streaming down my face. I asked her about the doctor's appointment and what was going on. She could barely get the words out through her sobs. She told me that she went to the doctor and that they told her she is 13 weeks pregnant. I stopped crying, but my brain was trying to comprehend what she had just told me. All I could say was, "What?" over and over. She was still sobbing, saying she was so confused and had no idea how this happened. I have never really seen her in a state like that. She seemed genuinely upset and confused, but then again, so was I. As I started registering what was going on, I asked, "Did you sleep with someone?" She only started crying more, swearing on her life that she did not sleep with anyone. So I was like, "But you did. You are pregnant. There is no way that you did not cheat on me." To which she replied, "I have no fucking clue how this happened, but I swear to God, I did not sleep with anyone. You have to believe me." We went back and forth for about 30 minutes, both of us still confused. I told her that I needed to think, so I called a friend and spent last night at his house. I have been talking with friends and everyone is confused but agreeing that Anna must have cheated on me. I keep playing over our conversations in my head though. Like, if she knew that she had slept with a guy and that she could be pregnant, why would she go to the doctor? Why would she not have just gotten an abortion secretly? She could have used a Plan B pill just in case. Like, she could have gotten away with this. Maybe I am being foolish here, but it genuinely seemed like she had no idea why she was gaining weight in her stomach. A couple of nights we talked at length about possible reasons why she was gaining weight just in that region, and pregnancy never crossed our minds. I'm also playing back the potential date that she could have cheated on me, considering she is 13 weeks along. We live together and have similar work schedules, and if I'm thinking of the right week that this could have happened, there is nothing that stands out as unusual to me. There were not any late nights or suspicious activity that would have concerned me. I feel like I am driving myself crazy and I feel like I cannot trust her. She has been texting me asking if we can talk, and I told her that I need more time. I want to believe that she is telling me the truth, but I cannot think of any reason how she could be pregnant without having slept with some guy. But it is all so confusing given the situation. So Reddit, what are your thoughts? Does my girlfriend have a case of lesbian immaculate conception, or am I being a fool for doubting that she cheated on me? How do I handle this situation and how do I talk to her? Everything feels very confusing right now. Thanks in advance for reading. Update. So a lot has happened since the original post. Thank you to everyone who responded with helpful comments. It seems like most people came to 3 possible conclusions about Anna's pregnancy. She cheated on me and got pregnant. She was the victim of a drugging scenario and does not remember anything. The doctor is wrong. After spending the night at my friend's house and ignoring Anna's calls and texts, I decided to see her the next day to talk. We made a plan to meet at our house after work. I wasn't sure what to expect from our conversation. I thought I might get a confession of her cheating on me or something along those lines. So we met at home. She asked me how I was doing and I told her that I was still pretty confused and upset. She understood. Then I said, "I have to know, did you sleep with someone or cheat on me or come near sperm in any way, shape, or form since we have been together?" She swore up and down that she did not, very sincerely. She said, "I know that this is fucking crazy and literally unbelievable, but I swear to God I didn't cheat on you. I am just as confused as you are." I still wasn't entirely convinced, so I asked her about the doctor's visit specifically. She did not get an ultrasound. They only took a urine sample. I guess she told them her symptoms, they took a urine sample, concluded she was pregnant, and sent her on her way. I asked why they gave her a specific gestation period, and she didn't know. I'm not entirely sure why they did either. Of course, I was like, "Did you tell the doctor that it's impossible that you're pregnant, that you've been with a woman for the last 4 years?" And the doctor gave her grief for it. He essentially implied that she must have slept with a man because she's pregnant and that's why she was experiencing her symptoms. I'm not sure if this is a common occurrence for a doctor, but she said he seemed completely unfazed by her claims of not having slept with a man. For those of you who mentioned her period, Anna has an irregular period. Sometimes she gets it and sometimes she doesn't. So there was no cause for alarm when she didn't get her period for 3 months because she can't get pregnant and more sex for us. I guess the doctor saw the signs of a positive pregnancy test and lack of period, and pregnancy was the most reasonable option. After hearing about that, I said that she should schedule another doctor's appointment with a different doctor as soon as possible. She told me that she had the appointment the next day. We decided it was best that I go with her to the appointment. The first order of business with the new doctor was the ultrasound. I sat with Anna as they put the gel on her stomach, and I was honestly sweating bullets. I kept thinking to myself, what if she is actually pregnant? I thought I was going to pass out, but Anna seemed calm. They confirmed that Anna is not pregnant, but she had a mass on her ovary that was a cause for concern. It was one of the most emotionally confusing moments of my life. Anna and I looked at each other, not sure if we should celebrate the not pregnancy, cry, or what. Anna still has more appointments, but the new doctor gave her the diagnosis of stage 1 ovarian cancer. This explains the positive pregnancy test and the bloated stomach. This also explains why she wasn't able to lose the weight in her stomach. The doctor also mentioned that the irregular periods should have been a sign of concern for Anna, as women with irregular periods can be more at risk for ovarian cancer. I am devastated and hopeful. Anna is still in shock as she has been through a lot in the past couple of days. I am supporting her the best I can, and we are figuring out a game plan. Naturally, we are both terrified of what's to come. This will be a huge part of her life and my life, and will probably put our plans to get engaged, married, or have kids on hold, if she can even have kids after all of this. Anna even joked about the fact that she wishes she had actually been pregnant with the Messiah so we could keep the kid and not have this horrible diagnosis. So I guess this is a happy/sad update. Thanks to everyone for reading. Exactly said, as a physician who is not even a gynecologist, that first doctor did not do their due diligence. It is a slam dunk classic board question that a woman with no recent sexual history who has a positive pregnancy test may have a beta HCG secreting ovarian tumor. Edit. As some have rightfully pointed out, my phrasing should have been sexual history that could result in a pregnancy. I did not mean to discount same-sex sexual relations as an absent sexual history. I am a man married to a man, so I am definitely not trying to come across as homophobic as some have suggested. To this user, 100 Little Butterfly said, seriously, not only did he almost wreck a relationship, but he completely missed a cancer diagnosis because he was too misogynistic to listen to his own patient. OP should file a complaint or something, if only to get him training so it does not happen again. Daijobu Janai said, as a doctor myself, I have to say the first one was such a terrible doctor, who in this modern age confirms a pregnancy with just a urine test kit and does not perform an ultrasound, and also dismisses a patient's concern like that. Foreman de Vega said, depressing information I feel like adding. My postgraduate sociology course covered medical bias against women. It was honestly one of the most frustrating topics I have ever studied. We had to comb through hundreds of patient requests and compare the answers given to men and women. We covered entire topics on how medical diagnoses are almost entirely based on male symptoms for nearly every condition and disease. It was awful. The level of condescension and malpractice was astonishing. I have never been so thankful not to be a woman. I kind of like the whole being alive thing. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.